Huawei ADS 4.0 has been online for a while now. Recently, we conducted a real-world test on the Voyah 3 Plus. Equipped with the ADS Max version. Currently, many manufacturers, including XPeng and Li Auto, are pointing the future of driver assistance towards VLA, Vision Language Action models. The most perceptible aspect that they are all introducing voice-activated parking from outside the car. Huawei's route is slightly different. The focus of the ADS 4.0 remains on the capabilities of navigation assist, including the strengthening of foundational skills, and providing a safety net for long-tail issues. A typical example is Huawei adding the WEWA architecture into ADS 4.0. Simply put, it is composed of two parts. WE is the cloud training platform, acting like a virtual driving school. Based on collected information, it generates virtual driving scenario data, used to train and optimize the AI models. The other part, WA, is the vehicle and brain, processing sensor data, and making driving decisions. So next, we will combine this with our road experience to share our findings. First of all, ADS 4.0 has much looser activation conditions for navigation assist. When we set off, we were in the middle of an internal road within a park, and we could activate the assisted driving directly. As you can see, the internal roads are narrow, with temporarily parked vehicles on both sides. ADS 4.0 was still able to evade obstacles and find the path correctly. Additionally, after passing the highway toll booth gate, we immediately activated NCA without needing to wait for a structured road. It can be said that ADS 4.0 now makes the driver feel the system less, activating it anytime, anywhere. This places higher demands on pathfinding, environmental perception, and road understanding capabilities. This experience made it obvious that the switch between ADS 4.0's NCA and AVSR parking is extremely smooth. It is hard to perceive any change. We drove from the park onto an open road. What you can see is that the rendering on the SR showed almost no change. We drove from the open road and into the SR remained consistent, even during parking. The SR screen transition was very silky. NCA and AVP were handled by two different internal teams at ADS, but the code was different. So there was a sense of disjointedness in integration. From a user's perspective, parks and open roads should be treated the same. Differentiating them in perception affects the experience. The two ADS departments have unified. And significantly, the functional experience has also been unified. We mentioned the WEWA architecture earlier. How does this virtual driving school perform currently? In this scenario, a bicycle suddenly entered the motorwalk on our front left. The system performed an emergency stop. From a driver's perspective, moving forward slowly with a little brake would likely judged that there was a risk of it crossing directly. So it chose to stop completely. We can see a similar situation due to the narrow road and a work vehicle occupying the non-motorized lane, cutting in front of our vehicle. The system steered multiple times to evade the intrusion of these two-wheelers. By contrast, in this tunnel, the red SUV next to us encroaching on our line. The system did not make obvious evasive maneuvers manually and take over to avoid it. What we can feel is that, compared to motor vehicles, ADS 4.0 and often has higher sensitivity to VRUs, a relatively conservative passing method. Of course, traffic efficiency is also an important indicator. We needed to turn right, but a private car was temporarily looking at the direction indicators on the passengers. The system quickly formed an intention to bypass and completed the efficient pass once the left lane was safe. A similar situation here. A vehicle ahead was waiting to turn right into a performed a bypass maneuver. We asked the developers in the car if a wait time was set, but didn't get a precise answer. From our experience, the basic reaction time was within 3 seconds. It's hard for us to say between VLA and Huawei's WEWA architecture which one is the standard answer. They represent two different approaches to solving the problem. The biggest feeling this test drive gave me rather than expanding new capabilities, ADS 4.0 is a deeper reinforcement of user experience and safety. Efficiency and safety are on opposite ends of the scale, and Huawei has struck a good balance between them. That's it for this video. See you next time.